What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. And join with me from the deep, dark streets of motherfucking Canada, Dino the Genetic Marvel. Let's see.
I don't think I've ever...
I switched my camera so now I can point in the right direction.
You are pointing in the wrong direction for me. I'm not sure if that works, but yeah, I'm not from the streets. That's not true. That's no.
I was waiting for you to come out with your hat and all that shit.
Huh? No. You kidding me? I'm so tempted to wear it. At the same time, I'm like, I don't want that trouble. I don't need that
smoke. Don't need that smoke.
Yeah. I'm invisible. I prefer it that way. It's better.
Well, I mean, you got the whole Mr. Potato Head thing going on there. Like
that is true.
Nothing there.
I mean, I do look less murdery, maybe. I'm not sure.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all. You know, with the beard and the fucking mustache, face hair, you look like a jolly teddy bear that nobody should fuck with. Now you look like you eat babies.
Oh, that's always been that case. That's fine. It's nothing new for me.
So I guess before Al decides to start fucking up the show, because there's a couple of touchy subjects, especially some that you called on one of the other shows that I want to address. But before that, I thought it would be a little fun here to show you a couple things I picked up at the bin store today.
Oh, God.
So the first thing here, as soon as I saw it, I thought of me, you, and Cole.
Oh, God.
So this might have to be the background to one of the new shows. So I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that's accurate. It's
an actual painting.
Yeah. Of 3 asses. I mean, I feel like that's just completely accurate.
So now this one I'm kind of excited about, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm digging. Like I obviously made it to the bin store late. There was barely anything there.
Wow.
But I come across something that looked kind of like that the white bag Superman comic book that you come across.
All right.
So here's the bag.
It looks like a porno, but okay.
So this is Playboy magazine.
Ooh.
October of 1997.
October 1997.
So we're gonna now. What's weird is it's in the packaging. It looks like it came from a magazine place or wherever, but on the sticker it says used -good. Used. That's not something that you want to hear when you're buying a magazine.
Not really. Not really.
So we're going to open this up and we're going to see if this is actually 1997. I'm curious on who was the Playmate in 1997. October.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's crispy too. It's got the hardcover.
Oh, God.
The binding don't look like there's any kind of yuck on there.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Maybe a lesbian had it.
Probably.
97. No, they weren't fashionable yet back in 97. Pow! This is Playboy Entertainment's college blowout issue.
Oh, Jesus.
This has, let's see, the Tommy Hilfiger interview, the 100 best college bars, kiss and tell co-eds, Playboy's pigskin review.
Mm.
Students, professors, and sex. And 20Q with T. Leone. So
T. Leone? Ooh, nice.
I don't know who the fuck is T. Leone is. Is that a chick or?
Yeah.
So this is the cover. It's nothing, it's Playboy, so it's pretty, you got to dig down damn near to the middle just to see some booty. Oh, they still got these. See, this is what I missed. The old Playboy comics. I'm not even gonna lie. Remember these poor drawn looks like.
Oh yeah, I love those. Those are the best.
Let's see, what's it say there? It looks like an old man chasing one of the chicks up the steps. There's a bunch of chicks laying around. It says it restores one faith in human kindness to know that there's still one doctor in this city who could find time to make house calls. So I'm guessing that's a whorehouse. We got Tina Turner. They still have, what is it, the BMG or whatever? Remember when you used to send the people 10 cents and they sent you like 100 fucking CDs or whatever?
Yeah.
Cassette tapes. They have that in here.
Top tier. I got scammed with that. I had to
dude.
run at the last minute and order like 15 of them just to cover my thing.
Oh, dude, I remember. I think we all owe them money. I got my first 20 whatevers, and I was like, you sold this to a minor, right? I don't have any money.
Fun time.
Okay, so I'm trying to find the interview here. If this is the centerfold. Who they still had. Well, it isn't full bush, but the landing strip is full. The landing strip is real. Whoa, like I thought she had I thought she had a rapper in a headlock. Jesus Christ. I don't know. It says she. Listen to this. This is one of the captions. I'm not going to show the pictures on here because I'm sure. I mean, of all the shit, this would be the thing that fucking gets us hit hard. But I'm just going to read the caption under the little four picture collage they got going on here. It says, "Unlucky in love. Christina has watched her girlfriends get married while I keep looking for someone. I've dated Japanese men, but I was too independent for them." She says California muscle men tend to be daunted by their vocabulary. Use a 4-syllable word and they look at you funny. What to do? I'm giving it time. Maybe the next man will surprise me. Well, honey, I'm gonna just let you. I'm sure you found out by now because this is like 20-something years later. Being butt ass naked in a magazine that your fucking nephew probably spanked it to, it's probably the reason why you're single.
Yeah.
Just saying. And yeah, we all know the muscle bound idiots ain't very smart upstairs. I got a brother that's like that. He's huge. He's 3 times my size. Dumb as a box of rocks. And I want to know why, because she doesn't look like any kind of Asian. I mean, if anything, she maybe look a little mixed black and white. Maybe. Why she just go straight to the Japanese man? Like that's odd. That was the first thing she went to. Well, I've tried dating Japanese men. Well, nobody else has.
I mean, hey,
there's a reason.
Some people just like what they like. I mean, interestingly enough, going from Japanese men to guys who juice, you're like, apparently she's afraid of men with big wieners. Seems like that's
okay. So apparently her mama was Japanese, maybe.
All right.
Let's see. In the first months on the job, Christina learned that bad men are often narcissistic. Yeah. They'll talk about their sexual prowess, their conquest, trying to intimidate her, but she can handle it. it's weird because it kind of jumps back and forth from first to second person. And one minute somebody's saying it, next minute it's her talking. Bad journalism. Looks here like she was in Criminal Minds. Let's see.
Who is that? Is that Tia Leone?
No, this is her name is wow. She got the last name of my ex. You do not want to work with Christina Barone. Wanting the doctor herself in another matter entirely. Wanting the doctor herself. So apparently she's a doctor. Men of all sorts make passes as Christina, 28. She's a clinical psychologist.
Well, that's much worse.
Yeah, okay, so that's your second red flag, honey.
Yeah.
So not only are you butt ass naked in a spank bank, but you like to fuck with guys' heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just guys. Everyone.
Yeah, and you have a degree in it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. Who is this? Let's see. We got, and you can tell once again, like I grew up on real smut, like the Hustler. Like you had a couple dick ads, dick pill ads. You had maybe an interview, but the rest is like right there at you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's top tier pornography. That's how it works.
Yeah, God bless Larry Flint. So
I mean, hey, he fought for people's rights.
All right, so the Miss October.
All right.
Her name is Layla.
All right.
She's a rock and roll love song in the flesh. No, maybe in the 60s in Britain, something like that. They got her riding a horse.
She got janky teeth or something?
No, she's fine, but she don't look like a rock and roll chick. If anything, she looks like maybe a old UK rock and roller from back in the 60s, like the Austin Power days type deals.
The ones that would wear a suit when they went on to a talk show. Yeah.
She I mean, if she's not that, she's like a mad looking conservative type deal. Yeah, she looks like this could be Trump's niece. Just butt out and or no, this could be a Biden. This could be a Biden right here.
She's too old for Biden.
It could be one of his nieces. It could be one of Hunter's niece daughters.
Let's be honest. If it was one of Biden's nieces, that explains why she went on to do pornography, because she's damaged, right? Yeah. That's sad. Yeah. Biden has that effect.
This is kind of weird, and I remember these about the Playboys when I was younger, and I used to look at these. They would have it's called a Playmate data sheet, and it's what the chicks wrote about themselves or whatever.
Oh.
So this is the Playmate of the month of October of '97. Her name is Layla Harvest Roberts. You know, goddamn well, Harvest is not in her real God-given name.
Probably.
Her bust is 36C.
Very nice.
Those look kind of bigger than 36. Waist 24, hips 36. So that sounds to me like the Sir Mix-a-Lot song.
What is it? It's October
97.
October 7.
Oh, you'll like the last bit she wrote here too. So, says her birth date is she's 3 years older than me. It's 10/22/74. Remember when putting information like this was safe?
Yeah, I mean,
her weight is 121 pounds. Ain't no motherfucking way. No way. Birthplace, Kealakewa, Kona, Hawaii. I probably butchered that up. Her ambitions was to act in the best films of the early 21st century. Yeah. Best porn films, maybe?
Probably.
Turn-ons. To turn me on, a man needs to be a good dancer and a good masseur. So she likes Hispanics.
I mean, that's fair.
Let's see. Turn off people who think they are hot shots, substance abusers, and black licorice. She don't like black people.
And she don't like British people. I feel like British people like black licorice.
There's a lot of Greek people who do too, and it might tie into her last bit too, because that ouzo tastes like fucking black licorice.
That is true.
I'm drinking my share of fucking ouzo.
You and me both, sir.
Let's see. Role models. Oh, this is good. Al Pacino. Yeah, because Al Pacino got butt naked.
I mean, that's fair.
Faye Dunaway, she might have. And my mother. Yeah, I don't think you should have brought mom into your porn.
No.
People out there with the OnlyFans and shit now, because OnlyFans is just Playboy, in your age.
Yeah.
Keep your parents out of it. Keep your parents out of it. And for those who got their dads, subscribed and they're following, it's weird. It's creepy. It's fucking weird. Don't do it.
I remember Ron Jeremy was in an interview and he was saying how the first time he posed nude, he used his real name, and his dad was like, "Don't ever use our name." And he was like, "Oh, sorry, Dad." And then he went by Ron Jeremy, and you're like, I mean,
yeah. So her favorite films are Dog Day Afternoon. Wasn't that a Beatles movie or some shit like that?
Dog Day Afternoon? No, I think that's
Scarface, Bonnie and Clyde, and The Last Exit to Brooklyn.
Dog Day Afternoon is with what's his face? Al Pacino.
Yeah. All right, so her mood music is Elvis, Eartha Kitt, Barry White, Rolling Stones, Joa Gilberto, and Antonio Jobim. Yeah, I think they lied. I feel like this girl can't even spell half that shit.
I mean, hey, you never know. It's
her favorite place in Greece. It's so dark at night, you can see every star. You feel like a part of the galaxy.
True.
And then it says, she just leaves it there. So Greece. And then it says passion, sex, rock and roll, and strawberry Twizzlers.
I mean, she's got good taste. That's fine.
Now, the creepiest of all that is they show pictures, and these look like high school pictures, like high school party pictures.
Oof.
Yeah, and this is like 80s pictures. So, like, these two girls are in 90s, and they're kind of against each other. It says, Simi and Me Aerosmith video. And these two teens look like they're bumping beavers, literally.
Hey.
And then they'd show another one that looks like it could be on an evidence file for the Jeffy case.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Yeah. So we're not even going to discuss that one anymore.
That's a smart idea.
Hey, remember these? The Playboy party jokes.
Ooh.
What do you call an Amish man with his arm halfway up a horse's ass?
What?
A mechanic. Let's see. Let's see if there are any more. There's a lot of these are stories. Let's see. If a man is walking alone in the forest and he's talking, but a woman is not there to hear him, is he still wrong?
Yes.
A gentleman farmer had a prize heifer that was ready to breed. He made arrangements with his beautiful lady rancher to secure the services of her champion stud. When he put his cow in the corral, the bull quickly proceeded to do its business. As they stood watching the actions, the farmer started to feel a little randy himself. Leaning over to the lady, he whispered, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of that. Go for it, she replied. It's your heifer.
A good woman.
Let's see. The beautiful princess frequently wandered through the woods searching for an enchanted frog who might actually be a handsome prince under a spell. One day she found an exceptionally ugly prince. Picking it up, or a frog. Picking it up, she asked, "Are you a prince under a spell? If I kiss you, will you turn back into a prince?" "Yes, I am," the frog said, "but it's a hell of a spell. It'll probably take a blowjob."
I mean, that's top tier humor. That's top tier.
Then we got they talk football, and ain't nothing like going from titties to football. Then we go to the music shit. Is there that was another big rip off of this. Yeah, they got T Leone here. Oh, that's who she is. Yeah. And she is totally not naked at all.
No.
She
was already famous by then.
Yeah, it was an interview. They do show girls of the Big Ten. Nice. And again, you can see the evolution of the bush in these pictures.
Hold on, the Big Ten what? College?
Yeah.
Colleges?
Yep.
Ooh.
So Miss Minnesota got it's nice and clean. At least it's manicured.
Well, you'd think Minnesota, she'd want more hair because it's cold.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Maybe it's seasonal.
Miss Michigan State, she's very nice groomed. Purdue, they ain't even showing her, so she must be all kind of fugly. Her snatch must look like Mothra.
Purdue, what are you gonna do?
Northwestern looked like she just got that hair. Jesus Christ! Let me change this page. Let's see. Minnesota, good. Iowa, she got puffy draws on, so it's big. Indiana, woo! She got a fur burger there.
She got dreadlocks.
It's not dreaded, but it's furry. Let's see. Ohio State, hey, give it up for Ohio State, nice and clean. Oh, there's another Illinois. She got her legs spread, but it looks like it's creeping up over the thigh. Or her legs closed, but it's creeping up over the thigh. Ooh, Indiana. Oh, Jesus, girl. I mean, lucky you ain't even that hot. Goddamn. Shave that shit. Looks like she has a chinchilla between her legs.
That was the fashion, Marco.
No,
97. It was not at all.
It was not. That was the dawn of the fucking trim down. I just fucking spent fucking 2 years of flossing, and now all of a sudden everything is clean cut.
Oh my God.
50% off condoms by mail.
I love that this perfect reception. We have no problem. Yeah. No audio issues. Everything is going fine. Heaven forbid we talk about something actually real. How dare you? The internet will strike you down.
If you strike me down, you only make me more powerful. And it's so the how much would this thing fucking cost? Oh, look at the dawn of the radar detectors. Cordless convenience. Remember those fucking ripoffs?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember there was a radar detector, then there was a radar blocker, then a radar blocker and detector.
Yeah.
Then there was a laser radar detector.
Yep, I had them all, and none of them fucking worked.
Nope, not one.
Not even a little bit.
No. I remember when there were a lot of Guyanese guys in my high school, and they would have CDs hanging from their mirror, and they're like, "It stops the laser from getting you," and I'm like, "That's not how that works, idiot." It's and they're like, "Yeah, it's scientific." You're like, "No, it's not. It's not a thing."
Holy fuck!
All right.
This has to be one of the very first. This picture is so old, it's in black and white. Like it looks like an ink blob on the bottom of the thing. New Shack Attack and Shaquille O'Neal's latest movie, Steel.
Oh man.
He battles an evil street gang. Remember Steel? That movie was so garbage.
So garbage. And the best part is after that, Shaq is like, I have a Superman tattoo. I have Superman jewelry because I'm Superman. And you're like, are you though? Let's calm down.
They got Rosie Perez with a see-through shirt. They got Amber Smith looking like she just came from a Trump party. Big hair, boobs, the inside side boob showing, you know, them elegant whores.
Ah, yes. The elegant whores.
Let's see, there's Samantha Kelly in a fishnet shirt. She actually looks like a fucking teen bodybuilder. Jesus. Sarah Kudransky. You ever hear of her?
No.
Yeah, she got her titties out. Actress Julia Randazzo. She was from Married with Children, Baywatch, Silk Stockings. Also promoted Suarez Tequila. You can tell her titties are fake. Her titties are so fake that when she's in the water, like she's submerged in the water, but you can see her tits floating above.
Top tier.
No, not top tier at all. That was bad silicone back then.
Well, hey, listen. There's bad silicone and then there's just silicone. And I, sir, am all for it. Okay?
Now, I'm not a fan of fake titties. I've perused a few, and I'm not a fan.
My problem is when they get them and the nipples go two different ways, and you're like, that's not. You need a better surgeon. Come on.
I know chicks with natural titties and their nipples go different ways.
That's fine. That's just God has cursed them. That's not on them.
Dude, I got a baby mama that got a nice C on one side, and maybe a B- on the other side.
A B-? Oh,
yeah, the only time her boobs matched was when she was pregnant.
Poor thing.
Yeah, that one titty, like, I can imagine now. I haven't seen the chick in years, but I can imagine her one boob looks like a fucking just a old gym sock. Just one of them, though. Just one of them, because they had to expand so much. They just.
That's not nice. I mean, in this day and age, you should be able to get free ones. Like it's a disorder.
Okay, so I guess that's going to touch on our first touchy subject.
King of the segue right here, sir.
So, apparently, a judge has now made a class, I guess, you know, meaning classification maybe, of the trans folks that are in jail.
You immediately froze. Okay, you're back. Okay.
So apparently, you know, like I said, we all know Trump took all the doing of any of this trans horseshit, the government paying for it. If you're going to do it, you got to do it with your own money, and you better be a babe.
Which is totally reasonable.
So apparently, we as taxpayers have been paying for, and they give you an exact amount. So I'm sure it's way over that. When they give you an exact amount, that means they know it's way, you know.
Right.
Give them a number that don't sound too bad, because that was kind of their excuse for it too.
Right.
Over 600 trainees that are in the American jail system, and we all know that there's a lot more than that.
Right.
But we're paying for their transitioning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They got their they have doctors coming into these jails and saying that, oh yeah, they're gender dysmorphic or they have gender dysmorphia. So it'd be cruel if you would deny them treatment or hormones, this and that or whatever.
Okay, but the people who are dying from like lung cancer and shit like that in jail, they're just allowed to die. Hell, in jail, there are people with diabetes who aren't getting medicated. So what are you talking about? Exactly.
In outer life, on the streets. Yeah. You kids, you know, I just had, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Jared was posting for a friend of his. They needed insulin for their kid. They couldn't afford it. they ran into an emergency and needed insulin for their kid. But yet we're paying for these mentally unfit people.
See, and you froze again. Okay, now you're back. You're back. Okay. Yeah. We are stepping on the line, my friend. We are dancing, eh?
Yeah, I think he's giving me a warning.
Yeah, that's fair. He's like, hey, check yourself, son. You might get hurt. Yeah, no, that is fair. It is I don't know. That is very odd that they're doing that when it's like there's clearly a better option for you to be doing. Right? Like there's clearly something better. There's clearly something that you should be spending money on. You're not, and that's fine, but you can't just go and be spending money on other shit that isn't
I feel like at this point, if this is such a prevalent issue, and this is the new hot button, this is the new cancer.
Yeah.
Then make we got a prison here in Youngstown that can house 600 people. Give them their own fucking jail, and let them. Now they don't have to feel some type of way because they're surrounded by people like them. And you want to get your own medical whatever the fucks, you pay for it. You have your family put money on the books.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that the whole look? If this made any sense, then you would have men and women in the same prison to start with. Right? And you don't. So, like, the idea that you're taking people who are still, I'm not saying, like, if you're fully transitioned, yeah, go to the women's jail. That's fine. But if you're not, if you're still dangling instead of gapping.
Yeah. If you still got a penis, you don't belong in a woman's prison.
Well, what's the point?
Taxpayers to fucking pay for your penis removal.
I mean, like, if this is the thing is that should be the last thing that the taxpayers are paying for. They're like, you know what? We have extra tax money. You know what? Throw a couple surgeons to the weirdos. That's fine.
Throw a couple penises to the jail.
Once everyone else has been covered, sure. But you have people, like, number one, children shouldn't be paying for medicine. Right? Like, let's be honest. If a kid has diabetes, he should not be paying for it until he's 18, or at least out of school. Regardless of his family's ability. It's a child. They should get all medical treatment that they deserve, regardless. So the idea that is first on the list as opposed to anything else, you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
No, right? It doesn't at all. And the fact that we have a judge now, like the reason why they classified that they made a classification, they're their own class of protected people now.
Sure.
Was so Trump can't deny, no president or anybody could deny them anything now. It's now they have rights, like rights. So now instead of one tranny bringing a lawsuit, it's the whole group of trannies that are in the lawsuit. Yeah, that's exactly how.
Like this is the thing. Is there? It's the same argument. There are more than enough things that need fixing before this shit. Yeah, so why has it been bumped to the top of the list? And that's why I'm not saying that they shouldn't get treatment, but why are they at the top of the list? Right? That's like an alcoholic who needs a new liver is the bottom of the list. Why? Because he's still an alcoholic. He's still an alcoholic. There's that you're throwing money on a bad pot, right? Does he deserve not to get treatment? No, but he's last on the list.
Well, see, and that's I noticed this problem back when I was a kid, still back in the late 80s, early 90s, and in between. Because my dad did it, I noticed that it was the thing to do in the hood once you got a certain age, and you were just, I come from a generation where your parents either smoked crack or they sold crack. So, like our government had a bad habit of paying people to be abusers, of substance abusers.
Yes.
Like, you know, my dad got paid like a free check and food stamps and a medical card all the way till his death, till I pulled the fucking plug on him. You know, it was all paid by the government because he smoked crack and he drank. As long as he walked into his doctor's visit smelling like alcohol, yep, he's an alcoholic. You know, I had a cousin of mine who worked for years in I think in a steel mills or whatever, and they fucked him over somehow, somewhere or whatever. So what he did was he waited for about a year afterward, maybe a little bit less, and there used to be we used to call it the psych ward. It was Woodside. It was the nut house. We you know, we have abandoned the nut houses in this nation,
which is also a problem.
But he went and spent the weekend in the nut house, acted a fool, rubbed shit on the walls or whatever, and boom, when he got out, he got his food stamps, he got a check every fucking month, and he got free medical. Now, the bad thing is, you know, we had that, and that was a nice little loophole. And I never knocked anybody for you know, taking advantage of that loophole all the way up until now. We got motherfuckers coming in out of everywhere, taking that loophole away. So now it's not a new loophole; it's a big anus in the system.
And vacuous chasm, I believe, is the term. A vacuous chasm.
And now, you know, it's got to stop, but it's not. It's transferring over into the trans and the illegals and the trans illegals and the who's and what's it's and whatever the fuck. And we just can't sustain that anymore.
Well, the whole process is unsustainable from the get-go. Right?
You know, I can't stand these people in America who fucking say that we need to be like Canada. They have free health care. Bitch, we got free health care. Step up off your fucking pedestal, take your ass down to the welfare office, and if they deem you, which, you know, especially if you got any kind of melanin in your skin, if they deem you eligible, fucking go get what you can get. Quit whining about it.
Yes.
You know, because back in the day, it wasn't, you know, whether it was the illegals that were going to get taken care of or whether it was the melanated people who was going to take care of. It was the women. You know, women had free rides forever here in America. All you had to do is shit out a couple and boom. I mean, my oldest daughter's mom was like that. That's the reason why she had so many kids. Every so many years, she knew that, you know, well, the wicked's going to go out, or, oh, well, I can't claim this, or, oh, well, this one's turning this age.
That's crazy to me, but
yeah. And now she's damn near 50, and there is no more popping out of that oven. You know, that oven has been demolished for years.
Yeah.
And you know, she's pissing and moaning that she got to work.
You know what the worst part is? Like, let's be honest. It's easier to work when you're younger. As you get older, it gets a lot harder. Right? It gets a lot harder.
It depends on what you do.
Sure. But like, listen, it'd be nicer to have more free time when you're older as opposed to when you're young. Because, hey, listen, you and I are both of an age that we both know a young person with a lot of free time, nothing good can come from it. Not one thing comes good from it, okay? They're not like, oh, I have all this free time. I'm going to go read a book and study and learn a new skill. No, that's not what happens.
No, that's where
you come home pregnant.
Where drug epidemics come from.
Yeah. Basically, like, look, when you have, it's the same idea where there were a lot of people, especially during the pandemic, that became homeless that had never used drugs or anything. They just, you know, fell on bad times. And then after being homeless, then they started a drug habit. Why? Nothing else to do. So I did drugs. And you're going.
And I'll be the first to tell you, retirement will make you lazy as fuck. Because I was up at 5 a.m, worked my ass off till it was way beyond dark type person. And now, fuck, I take 2 naps before fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, but an afternoon nap is wasted on the young. Let's be honest. It's not, they don't deserve it.
So, you know, we made it through that little piece.
Barely, by the skin of our teeth.
here's another little piece, and I just got the attachment you sent me. That's going to be beautiful to wrap up with.
I thought so.
So you brought this up the other day, and I'm thinking, nah, I couldn't. They ain't gonna do this fuck shit, and they absolutely did. First of all, we all heard for a brief moment about the Colorado terrorist.
Yes.
Okay. So first it was a bombing.
Yeah.
Then it was a guy with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Then it was this guy was just tossing Molotov cocktails at people.
Right.
So anybody who knows what a Molotov cocktail is, that's a glass bottle with some kind of flammable
accelerant.
Yeah, accelerant with a rag on the top of it.
Mm.
That bottle got to break for it to spread anywhere. You might get scared or whatever, but they try to pretty much the articles that are coming from then to now are downplaying the whole incident a lot.
I wonder why that is, Marco. Why would you downplay someone who's throwing Molotov cocktails in a public area? That seems like it's something super important to be telling the public about. Whatever could be the new information that made everyone keep it quiet.
He is anti-Israel.
Oh, how dare he?
He is anti-Trump.
All right.
Yeah.
So's the half of the rest of the country. That's fine.
And he's pro-Palestinian. So you would think that the anti-Trump thing would have him out there, speaking more and more.
Sure.
But the anti-Israel is more of the issue because he's pro-Palestine. I should have said pro-Palestine.
Yeah.
Because that catches people's ears now. Oh, he was pro-Palestine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to save him. No.
Yeah.
So
this is, I can Google it.
I recall you saying something about, oh yeah, they'll deport him or they'll detain him, but they'll leave his family here, or they'll deport. They need to deport his family or something to that effect. I remember you mentioning. And I was like, yeah, they need to get him, his wife, his kids the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
they were illegal to begin with. Oh, that might have been it. That might have been why it's being kept quiet. So now a judge blocks deportation of the family of the Colorado attack. They were due for immediate deportation. So now, first of all, my biggest superficial thing on this is, what happened to breaking up families?
Yeah.
What happened from taking the families, the parents away from us? Wouldn't you want the family to stay together? I mean, a terrorist act is fucking, death row worthy.
Yes.
And no, he has to have his due diligence, his whatever. What a lot of these people aren't realizing is a lot of these criminals are lucking out getting deported. They're not giving them courts here in America. They're saying, fuck what you did here. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now, why wasn't anybody bitching or why isn't anybody pissing or moaning if and when these people are put in American jails or American prisons that are overran?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stick them in our jails. Yeah, just stick them in. For what? So our taxpayers can pay for this piece of shit for the next 25 years?
This is the wild part is that should we say his name? The guy who's the attacker?
Go ahead.
It's Mohammed Sabri Soliman. And that's the wild part is that have you ever had somebody come over and play the fool?
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, you get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Now, as a hospitable person, as I know you are, I find it hilarious that if it's my house and someone starts playing the fool, I would say, hey, I think it's time you leave. No problem. I would not say, hey, let's sit down and discuss what you did, and let's just stick around and then talk about it for a little while. No.
Let me let your family stay here, even if you don't.
It's a little bit odd. And then on top of that, the fact that judges are still jumping in here and going like, we're gonna help the family. What are you doing? What is happening right now? This guy, like, there are, I think it was 12 people. 12 people were injured, and the FBI described the violence as a targeted terror attack. Listen, this is not the whole idea is that no, someone like that should not be allowed to leave the country. Like there's certain rules where you're going, yeah, if you're a criminal, you don't get a passport. You know why? Because you're a criminal. You're not allowed to go other places. Unless you're a really good criminal, then you just fly and nobody cares. It's great. But that's the, you know, like it's this weird thing. So apparently he's an Egyptian man. And yeah, like I don't understand. I think the biggest problem I have, Marco, is that it's like there's zero consistency across the board, right? Oh. Either you're going to keep families together or you're not. Either you're going to charge people or you're not. And the argument that is like, well, everyone's entitled to due process. No, they're not. No, they're not. You know why? Because
that president wasn't entitled to due process.
Isn't that weird? Like if he's not, and let's be honest, you know what? Who's not entitled to due process is people who aren't from here. It's that, like, look, if you're not a citizen, hey, I find it hard to believe that the concept of, hey, I'm here trying to get in. That's like, you know what? That's like smashing a beer bottle while in line to go into a club. You're not getting in. That's not what's going to happen. That's like being in line at a club, pulling out a gun and going, blah, 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 and then going, hey, can you let me in? Like, no, we're not going to let you in. You're a problem. Not interested.
Yep. Get out.
I remember I was at a bar. We were just leaving. And we were there earlier. And as the night progressed, it became a little bit of a club. So people were dancing and stuff like that. Great. No problem. As we leave, we're outside having a smoke. And this girl walks up because now they had bouncers at the door. Girl walks up to the door and goes, can I go in? And he goes, no. And she goes, how about this? And shows him her business. I see the whole thing. Me and another girl see the whole thing happening. And we're like, oh. And he was like, hell no. Get the fuck out of here. I look at him, I'm like, does that happen often? He goes, more than you would think. I'm like, all right. I go, and that's a hard no? He goes, that's a hard no. That person is going to be a problem all night long.
Yeah, well, see, it's a different story when you go to concerts. I know that. Because we used to always take a female with us to get us into the concerts for free. You know, you always got to have that female have one coat, you know, just the right amount that she'll flash whatever she has to get the crew in.
Or you could buy tickets. You know, either way, whatever. It's fun.
That takes us back to what you said earlier. When you're in your early 20s and you got too much time, nothing good comes of it.
That's true. And so, he, like a loser, was raised in an area that had morals and standards, like a fucking idiot. Bullshit.
So, touching on the whole illegal thing, I seen this earlier, and I found it fucking amazing. Like, the people in New York, or the government in New York, has lost their fucking mind.
Oh, so now, a while ago.
But this kills me because this is happening to American citizens, like American citizens. So I guess New York has opened up homeless shelters in the subways for our American citizen. They're open, and there aren't even shelters. They're just little designated areas with cots in them or whatever. in the subways. So you tell me why, even at this bare minimum level of life, our homeless, our American homeless, are in a fucking subway when you're letting illegals still live protected in high-rise hotels.
Here's the thing. I don't disagree with the subway thing, but I more disagree with the hotel thing. You know, it's like, hey, throw them in a subway. That's a good idea. It's a good use of space. Why not? But you have people in hotels already. So what are you doing? Like,
I mean, I in all honesty, in all fairness, if you still want to do this illegal thing, switch it up. You put the Americans, the legal ones, in the hotel. Put the illegals in the subway.
Can you imagine how loud?
Oh, that would be somebody would be the biggest racist in the world if you put the illegals in the subway.
How dare you make these people suffer? And you're going, okay, maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. But like, if you're trying to get in, jump through some hoops. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you're bringing to the table before we let you in.
Well, that's pretty much what Trump's thing is. You know, you want to come here, you got to have some kind of skill. You got to have some kind of, what are you bringing to the table? I mean, it ain't got to be much, just something.
Listen, and if your skill set is drug trafficking, the CIA is hiring. They would love you. Okay, it's not hard.
The pharmaceutical industry is booming again in America. I mean, I never understood that to begin with, because I remember late 80s, early 90s, you know, it was California was all tunnels. It was all about tunnels from the cartels to America. They had tunnels up under Texas, tunnels, you know, all these, and they showed them a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, there were these paved, nice, it looked like we built tunnels.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, you know, El Chapo digging up under the fucking the prison. We're talking about, this is structured. Somebody zoned this. This was city plan. These have, you know, these were structured, and they're still there. Now you figure that just brainstorming, but you have, as a cartel, in their eyes, they're a business. You know, no matter how they conduct their business, they're a business. You know, they have low-level employees all the way up to the top. So now you have the Americans who are now, I mean, because it wasn't always cocaine, and, you know, fentanyl just recently came through. So it was mostly weed. It was dirt weed. So now that it's legal here in America, why wouldn't you use the assets that you already have? And you already have the business structure. You already have the plan. Just tweak it a little bit. No more shooting people. And boom, you just turned your illegal business that was probably generationally ran for fucking decades into a new business that is bringing generational wealth legally into your fucking country and your people. Why wouldn't you do that?
That feels like a
submarine showing up on California's borders with fucking Mexicans and fentanyl. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. It like, and this is the whole thing, is like, just treat everyone exactly the same. It's that simple. Hey, you do this, that's the price. Oh, but you're this. Doesn't matter. That's actually equality. Is that if you treat everyone exactly the same, that's fair. Totally makes sense. But if you want to treat people, oh, well, they have different circumstances. No, they don't. They are either dumb or fucked up. Don't care. You do it, you're punished. Period. It's done. Very odd. I just don't understand why. Like, it's, you know what? I guess it's the theme for today. Well, it's the same idea. Why is that going? Oh, you get a hotel. Why? Because you're here illegally. Okay, but we have homeless people that could use a hotel, and they actually legitimately need help. Like, there are other countries who have actively spent money in giving homeless people little shelters, medical care, counseling, getting a job, education, and their homeless numbers have basically disappeared.
Well, here's the thing with that, because I remember a few years back, there was a company who was donating little homes, the little tiny homes to homeless in California and around Arizona, Oregon, all the libtard fucking states. And it got shut down like that because of zoning, and they didn't meet this regulation and they didn't meet that regulation. You are getting it. Really? Regulation? Regulation. That's the reason why we're gonna have all these. You would rather have a dozen homeless people on the streets, shitting literally in the streets, doing God knows what, than giving them a home. It may not be much of a home, but a home somewhere where they can get the fuck off the street. They can go to the bathroom like a normal human being, maybe have some decency about them, and maybe get a foot in the door into life again.
Bro, 5 months ago.
Let's regulate the fuck out of it so they can't have nothing.
Look, 5 months ago, okay, in LA, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is the former governor of LA, donated $250,000 to build 25 tiny homes for homeless vets in the West LA. Had them ready just before Christmas. Have you heard of that?
Nope, not at all.
I only heard about it because I subscribed to his daily email because he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
now, are they letting people live in there?
Yeah, it's only for vets.
Well, that's what's up. Thank you, Arnie. Thank you. You get that Kennedy pussy.
100%, and then some. Let's be honest. But so like, this is the thing: is you're going, oh well, there's a zoning issue. Do you remember hearing a story about a little kid who had a lemonade stand, and he was reported by people in the street, and the cops came and go, "Don't worry, we have a city official here. Here's your business license. There you go. You're good to go. Have a great day." And the people were like, "What? You legitimize his business?" Yeah, that is actually what government's for. It's not there. Oh, you're gonna get a ticket because you're selling lemonade illegally. You're a child, sir. You know what? It's a great opportunity to teach people. Hey, this is how you start a business. And even, you know what? We have a course on balance sheets and how to understand accounting and things like that. Best of luck to you. That's what it's for. Right? You have these people. I'm building. There was a guy a little while ago. I forget where it was. He was building tiny homes. It might have been in Toronto. He was building tiny homes. They came, destroy them all. Like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Why? You're allowed to have a tent city, but I can't build tiny homes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're going, okay, why? Because we said so. That's not a reason. It's not a reason. If anything, I'd prefer tiny homes than I would the other way. You know why? Because if it's tiny homes, probably looks better. Yeah. Keep it clean.
And I mean, and it's something it means something to somebody to say, whether it's tiny or not. This is my home. This is my own house. This is mine. This is my land. Which now in America, even your land ain't your land, especially if local government are on a fucking power trip.
Well, that's the thing but being able to go, hey, I can lock this, the key's on me, and I can leave, and I don't have to worry about people, taking my stuff or any of that. That's a big deal for anyone of any age, anywhere in the universe. Ask any teenager, they'll be like, I want to put a lock on my door. Why? For privacy. Why? I just want to have, I don't want to do anything bad. I just want to be able to dictate who comes in my room or not.
And the bad thing is most of these ones that really, really push for that, at the end of the day, are okay with the illegals coming through. Why do you want to lock on your door, bitch?
There's a TikToker who goes around and goes and for people who are like, bring in the immigration and all that stuff. Go, okay, good. So how many immigrants can you house in your house? Because they need a place to stay. And they're like, oh, I can't. I rent. Okay, but do you have a free bedroom? No, I don't. So you're fighting for them to have a place in other people's homes, but you're not willing to donate your own.
It's the Nancy Pelosi effect.
Shut your goddamn mouth, you fucking hypocrites.
Dude, when Laura Loomer fucking brought the illegals to Nancy Pelosi's house, oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Fucking great. They even they did a little barbecue, and they had all the like pictures of all the kids that were hurt or people that died because of the illegals, and they had them hung on like a little.
Remember when they got shipped to Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah,
Martha's Vineyard's like, get the fuck out.
I used to talk about that on stage. I'd get on the mic and be like, "Yo, this don't look like Martha's Vineyard."
I mean, it's one of those things. Just it's just very odd. Like it's the hypocrisy and the lack of scruples that is the issue. It has nothing to do with what your opinion is. I have no qualms about people having a different opinion with me. I am happily will argue you, and hey, we might learn something from each other. It's a great thing, but you can't flip flop every 10 seconds because it's different because they're black. What? Oh, it's different because they're illegal. What? No, that's not how anything works. The law is the law. Get fucked. Period.
Now, interesting enough, this morning I was watching and this is in Ohio too. A Cuyahoga County judge is catching shit now because she was forcing people as a part of their sentence that they had to go vote. Now, they wouldn't say which way she was telling them to vote or if she told them to vote a certain way, but that was like you vote or you go to jail. You know, that in some cases. So she started catching hell for that. So then she goes in publicly, and we have a local government official here where I live who has said almost an identical thing, maybe a little bit worse. But then she gets on TV and says that judges should be the same color as the person who they're, who's in their courtroom. And her reasoning is because if you see the judge looks like you have more hope that you have a better chance of making it out.
Or you could elect judges that aren't racist pieces of shit and are competent with regards to the law.
So here's one thing.
Maybe that's taboo. I don't know.
To me, that's kind of a catch-22. Right. Because, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're not a racist piece of shit, that you actually feel this way, that you think that the defendant or whatever, it will feel like they got a better chance. So you're giving these people false hope? You're giving these people false, because, if you're not giving them false hope, you're basically telling them, you're black, I'm black, you go free.
Yes.
So you're either giving them false hope and making them hate you when they get their conviction, or you're guaranteeing they're not going to be convicted of anything but a slap on the wrist.
Okay, but on top of that, Marco, you know what? Okay, let's do that. That's fine. If you go to court, you are entitled to have a judge that is the same color as you. Okay? Does that count for white people? Because I'll tell you, I don't think it does. And in actuality, that's racist. That's what that is. It's called racism, and it's also discriminatory. So, like, just don't be a hypocrite.
So
I don't know why it's such a confusing concept.
So it gets better. Because at first glance, when she first come off with this stance, that rhymed, she was still kind of on the level, kind of.
Okay.
Then her son murders his wife. And only gets 12 years for a domestic violence assault. Sorry? Thought murder was 25 with an L.
Yeah.
So after that, she starts getting more and more lenient on the defendants that look like her.
That's racist.
So now they got she's catching hell because there's this dude. I think it was New York. That's just going around, and he's locally known, and he's not mentally. There's nothing wrong with him mentally, except for he's just an asshole who likes getting hammered.
He's from New York, so
beating up on people.
Okay.
And he ended up fucking beating up on a lawyer from California. Just walked out and fucking cranked him.
I mean, the lawyer deserved it. He's from California. That's fair.
Like the dude, this judge had let this dude out. Or no, it wasn't the Cal. This is fucking Ohio. I said it was Ohio judge.
No, the lawyer. The lawyer was, yeah.
So I mean, dude's going around. They fucking he goes to court for the first one. She lets him go. Second one, she lets him go. Third one, she lets him go. Fourth one, they don't know where he's at. They have no clue. So is this what the hope is that you were giving people? Because to me, I mean, he beat up a black dude too. And the black dude's like, hey, why are you letting these pieces of shit back out on the street? So they weren't all white folks for you people out there who was like, oh, fuck whitey.
It's I don't understand how people make sense. Like the mental gymnastics that it needs to make this okay is like mind-boggling. Because I'm like, just connect the dots for me. Because clearly I don't understand. So there's something that I don't know.
Dots are black and that's racist.
Okay, do circles. Connect the circles with me. That's sizes because they're fat.
Yeah, you're fat shaming. They got to be triangles, and the triangles have to have rainbows in them.
I mean, that might be a problem.
So to wrap up this, because we're going a little long, I have to get this in here because this has just been kind of an ongoing discussion through all the shows that we do.
Do you want me to talk about what I sent you first?
Yeah, that's what we're bringing up. That's what we're bringing up.
The first part is we talked about this months ago, right? Yes. Was the whole idea that originally, for the longest time, everyone said was that life started in Africa. That was the core of civilization. That was the origin of everything. Okay, so what I want to tell you guys, and this is called the Petralona skull. Is a skull found sticking to a cave wall located in the village of Petralona, about 35 kilometers southeast of Thessaloniki, which is in Greece. Number one, just so everyone knows, it was discovered about 30 centimeters above ground, held by sinter. The lower jaw was missing, and it was encrusted by brown calcite soon after the death of the individual. Initially, the cave was discovered accidentally in 1959 by a local shepherd, Philippos Chazaridis. Later, the same year, it was examined by Greek speleologist Ioannis Petrochalis. By 1968, excavations were carried out, and the skull is 700 years old, which blows the pants.
7,000.
No, this one, the skull.
Yeah, or you said 700.
700,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't have the 1,000 on the end of it.
Sorry, not 700. Yeah, okay. 700,000-year-old human skull, which blows the pants off of the out of Africa theory because Greece is number one. Now, many people will go, maybe it was just one thing. You guys don't know anything. Take over, my friend. The new story.
So now they have they found cities buried under Greece. They go back further than Teotihuacan. They go back further than the Peruvian city that's in the dirt that goes underground. Yeah. They're older than the Aztecs or the Incans. It is older than the pyramids of Giza.
I love that one.
And this is a city. This isn't just like a tribal thing because a lot of people like it might not, there might have been people over there, but they weren't civilized. They weren't this and that. Yes, the fuck they were. And you know what? It kind of makes sense to some of the Sumerian text that I believe in because that's the oldest writings that are found. Even though Greece might be an oldest civilization, the Sumerians fucking, they got the oldest writing. But again, the Sumerians also talk about other peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Other peoples that were there before them.
Yes.
A lot of conspiracy theorists like to say it was aliens, Anunnaki, reptilians.
Sure.
Maybe they were Greek.
I mean, listen.
Just saying. Or maybe, just saying. I mean, because it all falls in still with the theory of the Anunnaki and us being created as a slave race. Yeah, fine and dandy. But apparently the heads of the slaves were lived over in fucking Greece.
Like, and let's be honest, by a guy's name, his name is Philippos Chazaridis. People go, that's an alien. That's the Chazaridis, definitely an alien. Come on. He says, hello, I am Chazaridis. You're like, an alien from another world.
Now, here's something I want to ask you. You said the head was stuck to a side of a cave.
Yeah.
Missing a jaw. Yeah. That means somebody fucked him up or something fucked him up.
So there's two possible. Because the whole thing is that it looks like the cave essentially encrusted the skull. So there's technically nothing connecting your jaw to your face other than tendons and muscles, right? So if your body starts to rot, your jaw will fall off. But if this was encased very quickly by the what was it?
Calcium, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Calcite. Then you're like, he might have been fucked up. All right. Might have got his ass kicked.
Fucking jaw.
I mean, hey, it's a good way to make sure nobody's coming back. Take his jaw off.
I mean, they knocked the teeth out of the vampires.
I mean, burying with a fucking rock in the mouth. That makes sense.
And to finish off this long segment that we had tonight, something I just found interesting that just popped in today too that I've seen in the news. They're saying that Chinese nationals, which right there kind of got me like, oh, they're putting official words on it. That means something shady because he's not an Egyptian national in Colorado.
Yeah.
Some Chinese nationals, from what I read, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, brought in some pretty much deadly pathogenic fungus, mushrooms. And we have been talking extensively over all the shows about how the mushrooms might be the dominant sentient race that will be the ones to take over. They got zombie mushrooms. We found out they talk. They can make computers out of them. They got, watch that shit. I found it was weird that it was fungus that they were talking about. Now, according to the people, they're med students, and they smuggled these. Now, where the fuck did you go to China and get these? First of all, I know China got that intellectual property thing where they steal everybody's shit, but you could go and just pick up the COVID. You could pick up the whatever. And just bring it back. Yeah, give me 2 of the AIDS and give me one of them Ebola over there and the hantavirus. That ain't been around anymore. You get a free Black Plague with it too? And then they said that they brought it here because they wanted to do research for a school project. Only problem is the school has no idea about any kind of project that they were supposed to be doing.
That's tricky. That's true. And listen, I'll be honest with you, is that one of the big surprises I got when I went down to Mexico was that you could buy whatever drug you want. It was cheaper, name brand. You buy whatever you want. You didn't need a prescription. You needed nothing. So maybe in other countries you can buy
biological fucking warfare
stuff. I don't know. It's a very odd thing that, like, especially if you're med students doing research, awesome. But like there is like this is the thing too, is like the assumption is if you're very smart, or a med student, which I assume you have to be smart to be, you should know that there is a very strict process in regards to transporting something like that. It has to be secured.
Protocol. Yeah.
There's a lot of protocols in it. And the idea that you're smart but not that smart is a little odd to me. Right.
And the fact that now they're saying there's a new strand of COVID that's coming out. I feel like that there's some kind of I feel like there's some shadiness on the story, honestly. The only thing I could even find any kind of credence to is the fungus, because there has been a lot of shady fungus shit. Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of shadinesses. And since we didn't get cut off, I'm gonna sneak this in here. You remember the dickhead who went to Mar-a-Lago to try to shoot Trump?
Yes.
Okay. So when he got arrested, he was claiming, and everybody thought he was a nut job.
Right.
He was claiming that he was one of Diddy's sex slaves. He was claiming that the Clintons, I didn't say the name, I just said Clintons, it could be any of them. The Clintons and the Obamas were all involved, that Diddy was part of this black Illuminati that are devil worshippers, and they do fucked up shit to kids, that also them two other families were involved in. Everybody thought he was a nut job. So, flash forward to now. Diddy trial. Day 16, I think, maybe?
And you're frozen. There we go. You're back. You're back. All right.
Am I?
Yeah.
So the name was dropped by Cassie, Diddy's girlfriend. He was one of the dudes that was Diddy's sex slave. He was telling the fucking truth. So now is the rest of the shit the truth? And with that being said, y'all think about that shit. This has been What the Fuck Wednesday. Join us tomorrow night for mental health. If I'm not in jail.
We are talking about child support, so it should be interesting. Yeah.
And thank you, Al, for letting the show go and go a little long. We had a couple clip ups. I got the warning. We'll get an understanding and we'll stay on the level. We got Mental Health Thursday. We got Hammer and Cheese Saturday. Is Atlas still doing his shows?
We're doing a show on Sunday, Generation Dan, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So,
and also, if you're in this area, the Youngstown area, or just Mahoney County, Trumbull County area, kind of got a pop-up comedy thing. I'm gonna help out with the fundraiser for our shelter, about the cause. It's called Whiskers and Whiskey. It's gonna be at a distillery out in Newton Falls. Nice. Comedy is going on from 2 to 4. There's going to be live bands after that. There's going to be cornhole contests. There's going to be all kind of games and raffles and shit. So come on out. We'll try to keep the comedy to a PG-13. No promises, but we're going to try.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a lie. It's fine.
Believe it or not, I can do it. But most of my clean stuff is it's clean because there's no profanity. That's about it. I paint a hell of a mental picture. That being said, y'all be good to each other, and don't believe what you heard. And remember, everything is allegedly. It could be true or it could be shit. It's been What the Fuck Wednesday. We out.
Bye. Bye. Oh, we're getting canceled after this.
So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. So what the fuck? What the fuck?